Alright guys, let's talk about the fat idiot child molester named Dan Schneider, part of Nickelodeon. Let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We get you on the grind and improve your mind. So today we're going to talk about evil. We're going to talk about a moron. We're going to talk about a fat, obese moron that worked at Nickelodeon, still does, I don't know. He created kids shows and then exploited these kids and did some fuck shit. We're talking about the one and only, the Predator at Large, Dan Schneider. So, yeah, here he is. We're going to put him up in the thing. So this is the guy that created the shows that we used to watch as kids. So, I don't know if it's Drake and Josh, iCarly.
Zoe 101, yeah. Amanda Show.
We have to do a video on this guy because this guy is the guy of a mindset you don't want. So we have to naturally talk about him for this channel. Yeah, so this guy, there's so many articles that we could talk about this guy with. There's so many things, but we're going to talk about the dynamics of why he's an idiot, why you should never interact with men like this, and why Dan Schneider is a virus in the population. Worse than Corona.
Think of him as pretty much the Harvey Weinstein of child stars, and this has all been more brought to light. Like, we've known a lot of this stuff, but it's been more coming out now because of Jeanette McCurdy, who played Sam on iCarly. She just recently published one of her memoirs that just came out, a few weeks ago as of recording this video, and she talks a good amount about like her time as a child star in Nickelodeon and Dan Schneider and her mom and all that stuff. It's mostly about her mom and the stuff that she had to go through with all that stuff. But like, she talks about Dan Schneider a good amount, and she's also said that Nickelodeon had tried giving her $300,000 of hush money to not talk about any of the stuff that had happened. And she's like, nah, dog, I'm going to talk a lot about this because it's some fuck shit.
So she's a hero in this. She's exposing the corruption and the danger that's going on in Nickelodeon studios. And a lot of workplaces, a lot of companies, it's the same thing. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of sneaky things going on that should be brought to light. Eventually it will. I think evil must be brought down by good. There must be a balance, right? Good must win somehow. So Jeanette came out saying all this stuff. Remember, like, a few years ago, news of her were, like, leaked. Of course she's not innocent. No girl is, by the way. Spoiler alert, girls are secretly, pretty horny, and things are crazy out there, but we're not going to talk about that because of YouTube, and we'll get banned like Andrew Tate, whatever. But then you got this guy, Dan Schneider, who's abusing these kids, doing stuff behind the scenes. Who knows what is going on that we still don't know about, that's not being revealed. But what we do know is quite terrifying.
Yeah.
Dan Schneider would have these girls and go in bikinis and stuff. These are little kids.
Have them drink very underage.
Alcohol. If I was the parents, I would just fucking destroy this man. I just don't get how these people are just allowed to roam free. It really baffles me. These guys are corrupted. Literally, their mind is corrupted, and they're just wrong and evil and disgusting. And this should be more mainstream. I don't know why not more news organizations should talk about this. We gotta stop this. We gotta, good must conquer evil, must find a way.
Exactly.
Which is why we're doing this video.
Yeah, and like, you gotta think about it this way too, right? Jeanette had just recently put out a lot of stuff talking about Dan Schneider in her book. She doesn't call him out by name, of course, but she talks about that. Like, she's not the only one that probably had gone through this. Like, she was only a co-star on that show. What could have Miranda Cosgrove gone through? And she's been through 2 different shows, through Jake and Josh and iCarly.
And actually doing like the Paramount Plus, which she's probably a little bit better now.
Because the Dan Schneider's not part of that, so at least that's fine. And Ariana Grande, now that she's like a pop star or whatever, I wonder what she had to go through. And Jamie Lynn Spears, that whole entire fucking thing with Zoe 101 and how they had to cancel it because she got pregnant.
Who impregnated her? I don't know.
We don't know. That probably information is online somewhere in the whole web of the universe, and I want to find out like what actually happened, but could possibly have been because of Dan Schneider,
or somebody that worked with him, or who knows what.
Yeah, with the drinking, and this is only just from the female side. Like, the whole thing with Drake and Josh. Drake is now in prison because Is
he in prison?
He's in prison because he's a weirdo, and he did some weird things. And could this have been
He's not innocent either. We're not,
Yeah, and could this have been because of everything that Dan Schneider was doing? Because he was one of the main stars from Drake and Josh. Could he have been corrupted by the executives? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, luckily, Josh, as far as we're aware,
seems like a good man.
Seems like he came out okay, probably because he had a horrible family life, and that's probably the same thing with Jeanette, how she had a terrible family life, so maybe they were able to escape and not be completely insane.
Maybe they were more self-aware of the situation and were able to get out,
Yeah. And then, people like Drake, Josh, even if you go on threads on Twitter talking about Dan Schneider, there's even things where a lot of the guys from Victoria's show, a lot of them you could see that they look really tired and shit, and apparently it's because Dan Schneider and his executives and people were pretty much forcing them all to drink and drink heavily and like do whatever drugs or something like that.
Who knows what
which
came of
made
that?
them tired and make them look like shit.
Prison time for all these motherfuckers.
Yeah, and most of the people that Dan Schneider used to work with on all the shows, a lot of them are in jail except him. And then in 2018, Nickelodeon cut ties with Dan Schneider. I'm pretty sure what they were pretty much doing was like, you've done a lot of stupid shit and we need to get rid of you so we don't go down.
They should go down anyway. Because it's not just him. There's more people that are probably supporting him and shit.
Yeah.
So someone's gonna have to investigate that. Not us, we're just some people. We have work tomorrow. We can't do it. Someone's gonna have to do it out there that's watching this video, and that's an all gainer.
Dan Schneider is a creep with a feet kink because, as if you know about how Dan Schneider is, probably one of the first things that you realized was his obsession with putting feet on TV.
Yeah, what is this?
Like the whole feet thing. Like the whole thing. The scene with the feet on iCarly where they put the faces on the toes. And then Ariana Grande with her feet or whatever.
This guy was directing your children in a show, and you let this happen? Look at Dan Schneider. Insert picture here. Would you let this man near your kids, alone in a studio, directing them? I wouldn't. No. I'd be like, I want you to lose 100 pounds now, and then you may direct my kid. I don't care if I'm making $100 million. Would you let these guys babysit your children? Would you send your children to a daycare and you have Dan Schneider behind the desk? No, you wouldn't. No, you would not. No. Hey, take your shoes off. Take your shoes off when you enter the door. This is the problem. These motherfuckers out here.
Dan Schneider is a sick man, and there's nothing that you could really do about what he's already done, but it's more of just giving light to the things that he did do and to prevent them for the future. And all the people that he's affected, they're kind of, some of them
man should be in jail.
Up. Yeah, this man should be strung up feet first, and he should just rot in prison because this shit is not okay and never has been, never will be okay. And people who do things like this should never work with children ever, and should not be in the entertainment industry in itself.
Ever again. So with that said, leave a comment on your thoughts on the idiot known as Dan Schneider. Let us know what you think of him, what you think of what's going on. Let us know your thoughts. Hit the like button on the video if you have not already, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. You could also donate to the Cash App. The funds go towards the equipment and the funds for this channel. And with that said, we're going to see you guys in the next video.